Experiencing endless energy on semen retention can make you do things at very strange times of the day. And I find that this is because the time of day, it doesn't mean as much to you when your energy is always really high. Because what people usually do is they let the time of day dictate how much energy they believe they have. Because a lot of the time, energy is a mental thing. For example, if you tell yourself, it's 5 p.m., I should be a bit tired by now, you make yourself believe that you are tired. But if you don't do this and instead, for example, practice retention, you're going to be able to pull from a rich reservoir of energy that makes you so much more energetically abundant and rich that you will forever change your attitude toward how much energy you believe you have. What's also cool about this endless energy on semen retention is you will find yourself having random bursts of energy. And this is funny because before you would have said, it's a little late, I should be tired by now. And you mentally decide that you are tired, thus preventing you from doing anything more. But when retaining, you're a bit of a rock star, getting after it, doing whatever you want at whatever time. Because you can, and sometimes you really feel like it. And experiencing this kind of thing for yourself makes you feel like your energy is just completely endless and totally and utterly without limit. Having this endless energy can also manifest as spontaneous late-night training of the mind or body. Basically, it's being productive or disciplined at really quite random times. For example, midnight runs, early morning workouts, or even 3 a.m. meditation sessions. Whatever you feel like. You can do it because you have this primal desire to use your energy. Now, I don't recommend deviating from your regular routine or structure, but what I do recommend is taking advantage of your heightened energy and realizing that you can do a lot more than you think you can. Because far too many people, they listen to their minds and believe that they've run out of energy. But really, they've got lots more to give. And on retention, man, this is so much more the case. It's unbelievable. And sooner or later, you'll just find yourself automatically doing things. And you'll wonder, why am I lifting weights right now? Why am I running outside right now? Why am I meditating at this random time of the day? It's because this energy will change you, and only for the better. And you will become just naturally more adventurous. And if you're someone who tends to play it safe in life, this will really help you get out of your own way. Get out there and do something productive for you. Having endless energy can also mean that you're able to function with less sleep than you might normally need. But be mindful. I don't recommend that you seek this out. I advise you to get as much sleep as you need, because sleep is so vital for good mental and physical health. But profound spiritual energy, which you have in abundance on retention, by the way, by its nature is actually transcendent of the mind and the body. Therefore, the more that you are able to center it within yourself or connect to it, the more formless, metaphysical, or spiritual you can be and feel. In other words, the more energy that you cultivate within your being, the less you feel like a human, and the more you feel like God, or the entire universe. A good middle path in these instances where you are unable to sleep as much, but you still have retention going for you, is to practice being restful. You can do this anytime you like. It just requires you to be still and gentle with yourself. You quiet the mind and you rest in what you could call your spirit. This is to say that you meditate, and as you meditate, you allow your mind to temporarily dissolve into your awareness. So you're still completely there. You're just resting the mind, and you're abiding in your spirit. And your spirit, of course, is completely infinite. So you can stay there for as long as necessary. Heal yourself, revitalize yourself, and then return to the world whenever you feel rested and recovered. One objection to this endless energy or sustained life force is yeah, I practice retention and it's great, but I still feel tired when I'm doing it. And you know what? This is valid. It might be the case that you get a little tired. But what I want you to investigate is, what part of you is tired? Because is it that you feel mentally tired? Do you feel mentally worn out? Is it the mind that is tired? Or is it the body? Do you feel physically exhausted? Or maybe you are socially tired. You are tired from interacting with other people and you need some time on your own. Identify which one it is and then just hold that lightly, because there's one part of you that actually never gets tired. And I want you to be open to the possibility that that is what's really heightened on semen retention. The part of you that I'm talking about is your spirit. It is your spiritual energy, your spiritual essence or awareness. So what you can do is you can meditate, or you can channel your focus on this spiritual energy of yours. One way you can do this is through the practice of yoga. For example, one yoga technique that you can try is to tense your perineum, which is the space between your butt and balls. Squeeze that, and as you do it, visualize energy forming at the bottom of your spine. Really visualize it, because the magic is in how much awareness you can place on it whilst simultaneously practicing pranayama or breath work. Do this 10 times or more, and as you do this, these squeezes, breathe inward and upward and feel the energy up toward your higher chakras, which are your energy centers within the body. Do this and feel the life force building up inside of you, recharging your spiritual energy. I also want to touch on how this endless energy or sustained life force is simply nothing that the average person can really relate to. The average person will give in much sooner than you with whatever you are doing, if you are retaining and they are not. And you would go on for hours more if it was really necessary. You have that in you. And you have to sort of embrace this difference, because sooner or later you realize that most people, they lack the balls or the wisdom to even approach this practice of semen retention, let alone get serious about it. So I encourage you to embrace the inevitable solitude on this path, but also to really love and connect with the people, the men who you do end up meeting. Because just like when people talk about dating and relationships and how there are so many fish in the sea, there are also so many high quality and like-minded men out there who, through the magic of life, you can cross paths with and build relationships with, if that's what you're going for right now. So trust that there are a lot of people out there who you are not aware of, who are connected to their essence just as you are, and you can feel connected to them just as you feel connected to yourself through, for example, meditation, visualization, or even just contemplation. They are experiencing the wonders of their own energy just as you are. A little bit of inspiration here is to remember that the normie, the average person, is simply not capable of caring about this energy as much as you are, because they are too concerned with the satisfaction of their lower animal self. The great sage, for example, Swami Vivekananda, would describe this as slavery to the senses, which means they are fundamentally slaves to their own minds and their animal selves and instincts, which is very low consciousness. Swami Vivekananda would also say that power comes to him who transmutes his sexual energy, and that the higher the organism, the lesser the pleasure of the senses. Vivekananda is saying that the higher your consciousness, the more likely you'll transmute your energy, and the less likely you'll use it for sexual, personal gratification or sense pleasure. So be inspired to make this high consciousness move, which you know will set you apart from the crowd, because you're listening less to your animal self and more to the God within. Finally, I want you to accept that if you're on this path, that you are a man of true life force, a man of true energy, and a man who knows that this energy is its own reward. So you having it for yourself is actually enough. You are a very wise person if you know not to need the approval or validation of other people regarding this topic, and only to carry it out because it is part of the deeply authentic drive of your higher self to improve your life, reality, mind, and consciousness. Similarly, you are deeply wise if you can learn to satisfy yourself just by knowing and feeling your energy, just by letting it glow within. It is the simple things which you realize are the best and most profound when you start to spiritually awaken, and when you start to use your energy as the ultimate filter or lens through which you perceive all of reality. So, if you've enjoyed this video and you would like some more, then please do subscribe.